Here at the Studio Case Studio, I've actually got to sort through my hard plastic box to find a certain Ajax figure with his arms up. I thought you might get a kick out of seeing what all is in here. There's Ajax Native American. There's a Peyton Native American. How about that? I had a Peyton. I think he's Ajax as well, although he's missing a weapon. And this is unknown. Nice fireman figure. My Major Matt Mason stuff. There's the helmet, backpack, cat track figure. All kept safe. Mr. Peanuts wrapped up in that. Archer Carved Tomorrow is wrapped up in that. Archer Slot Hander. Archer Vintage. Archer Glencoe Recast. Premier Chromed. Glencoe Recast. My two best figures. It's another Premier. He's missing his hose. He's still kind of cool. I could use him in some art. There's an Archer that's wrapped up. Another Premier. There's an Archer Vintage wrapped up. Premier. Archer. Not the right pose. Or Ajax, sorry. Ajax, not the right pose. That's the pose that I needed. I didn't know if I even had it. There's another Ajax. Yeah, the rest of these are Ajax or Ajax based. Another Ajax. Ajax. Ajax based parachute jumper. Ajax based parachute jumper. And the three Ajax based glow-in-the-darkers. And we needed this one for our next video, which is a vintage Ajax in lavender with helmet. On we go. Alright, let's do it. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. It will be 4 degrees. Even more reason to despise the holiday, which is manufactured. It's like Halloween has become. It's about selling things. Getting people to buy seasonal materials for Valentine's Day. And I'll be home sorting Spaceman. Okay, nice box. Into the nice box pile. And what we have here is an Ajax style Spaceman, I believe by AOK, with factory paint. 2 more Cracker Jacks Spacemen. And then this thing. So, on the left, I believe AOK is the company that was, or one of the companies that was repressing them, I think in Hong Kong, and issuing it with factory paint. And yeah, he's on the right. On the left is a vintage Ajax figure in metallic silver as described. And here's a spare, like there's spares, but there's an Ajax helmet for the AOK copy. I think they would have come with helmets, but he did not. And indeed, these were what I was interested in. Here's some of the other novelty Spacemen with additional Cracker Jacks figures in blue and red. And yeah, that's what I thought. This is Lido. I was thinking it was a Lido pose. I couldn't really see it on the listing, but there he is in, I think, a 50 millimeter size, and the one on the right obviously has a helmet that I think is appropriate for it. It sure fits. It came with it. Still no clue what those things are. But something told me, no, that's not a Cracker Jack Spaceman. That's I think it's Lido. His shoulder decorations are different than those two. Those two just have what I guess would be rivets on their armor. He's got more of a filigree look to it. And he's apparently wearing a helmet. But I'm pretty sure he's Lido. Let's give him the... Yeah, that's a hard plastic. As opposed to that. Which is a soft, flexible plastic. I don't know if it's Army Man. Yeah, that's an Army Man plastic. And two more novelty spacemen. Armed in a small reduced size. And him. Look at him up close here. Different design. Maybe he's not Lido. I think he is. There are the rivets on the back. He doesn't have the rivets, and he's got like a different ornamentation on it. And of course, he's a different size as well. I don't know. But while I was going through the Ajaxes, picking out the spare helmets, I realized that this one is far too big. I'd had it on this vintage guy here. Whoa. And it is just far too big. The other helmet fits better. Like, that's on his collar, fitting correctly. Is this an Archer helmet? So I got out two Archer pieces. We're going to try it first on the brown one on the right, because he's a Glencoe reissue. Yeah. Now, that's too snug to go over his head. Let's try it on this one here. Way too snug. So I don't know what this is. Too big for standard Ajax, unless I just haven't found the right one. And too narrow. Way too narrow for a Archer. I have to figure it out. It's got this funky bifocal effect too, and I've seen those on other Archer figures. I've also seen them on Ajax figures, and I've heard some have sort of hinted that the Ajax and Archer helmets are interchangeable, but we just saw there that they're actually not. Well, he says as it slides right into place. Yeah, that's not, I'm not going to push that down. It's going on sideways. And it's way too, I'm not going to destroy it trying to fit it around their head or crack their noses off. And the vintage one especially has a marvelously intact nose. Somebody's got to write an ode to spacemen with chipped off noses. Yep, his nose is okay. Remarkably great shape. And not bad either. So now I've got a painted example, and that's good enough for me in my collection. I might even touch him up, change it around a bit. Who knows what to do? It's a copy rather than a vintage 50s piece, and worth about what I paid for it, $3. The Cracker Jack figures potentially worth $8 to $10 a piece, and this unknown thing, if it is a Lido, that's a nice condition figure, and I got one heck of a good deal. Tell you, cheaper than collecting Civil War era firearms and beats baiting baskets of apples. The Space Toy Project. Fun.